where you would want your mates to be in real life.
We are your mates.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Jack Bingham.
And I am Scott Hughes.
And we are your mates.
With us today is our manager, back in business.
Manager. It's been a while,
Hey,
my
guys.
friend. It's good to have you.
He's
I don't know
here.
what to say on this thing.
Well, he's here and full squad's in. We're ready to rock and roll. We are your mates. Have us in your ears wherever you would want your mates.
That's how it rolls. That's what it
us.
is.
That's us.
Bring a couple of topics to you today.
Yes.
You want to kick us off, Hughesy?
I certainly do. Now, just before that, we have missed a week,
We did.
but we made a mini makeup podcast. It's like an apology podcast, really.
It's an apology mind bender.
Yeah, so it's apology, but then we throw a spanner in the works.
Yep.
So,
Just to give you a bit of content, really.
yeah.
We just didn't want to leave you kind of out in the cold.
Yeah. So if you missed that, go check that out. But I will get into it for today. First topic I'd like to bring to the somewhat round table is the idea, when you're in public, right, you often have to walk places. So around work, you'd walk places. Inside a building, it's pretty confined. But sometimes, like, for example, walking from your car to work, there's a bit of distance to cover there.
I would say that walking is the most common leg-related transport mode.
Yeah, because even to drive, you have to walk from your house to the car. You get a couple of clicks down in the car, but
You just do a lot of walking.
then you end up having to walk. So it's pretty common. But I think like anything, especially anything over 100 metres, like you're actually putting some significant time into it. There's a bit of time you're investing into that walking.
Yep.
You understand what I mean?
Mhm.
What I mean? And as we know, as humans, we like to minimise time that we don't use effectively. So one train of thought would be to use that time more effectively, like listening to a podcast,
I was about to jump in and say exactly that.
like
That's what your mates are
hanging
for.
out with your mates.
Bring your mates along if you're going to walk.
But what the point that I want to bring is that an alternate would be to run.
Just to save the time.
Just to save the time.
And I guess probably burn a couple extra cows too.
That
really.
would be a benefit.
But definitely save time.
There is someone in my workplace. I won't go into any more specifics than that, but to get from point A to B, you'll often see a certain character just flying by.
Is it a jog or is it more
No,
of a sprint?
well, this one's a height. This one's a sprint.
Really?
Yeah, it's a sprint.
Wow. Throughout the workplace.
I mean, yeah, I work at, there's various buildings.
Trying to be general with where you work if you're trying not
Well,
to
I'm
say,
just
but-
saying, like, I work. It's not like a single building.
Yeah.
There's outdoor environments involved, and there is someone that sprints between them.
Wow.
Just to, I guess, to say, I never asked the person, so I better ask them.
Yeah.
But,
Is it a mate? Like,
yeah.
is it someone you could be like, hey, man,
Oh, yeah.
What-
I reckon I could ask him.
why run?
Yeah, I could ask him, but I do have to say, do have to admit this,
Yeah.
especially of a Friday afternoon. When I used to work, actually, it was similar location, or it was right in here where we are right now as we record this podcast. I worked a place close to here, parked probably, going to hazard a guess, about 750 metres away.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Don't know.
I reckon that's. I know where you used to be, and that's
Yeah,
very similar. I used to
maybe
park in a very similar place.
Yeah, maybe 750.
Yeah.
And
It was a good
least-
15-minute walk, I reckon.
Yeah, 15 minutes of time. And that's what, let's imagine, that's at like 4K an hour. Maybe a good run, you're getting up to 10, 12 maybe, if you're starting to burn a sweat. So that's you're getting where you want to be in a third of the time.
Yep.
Anyway, what I was going to admit is that I on a Friday afternoon particularly,
Yep.
I'd just run to the car instead of walk. It was dark. It was usually after 6 o'clock, not many people around, which is good.
Yep.
And if they were, I reckon it's dark enough that I wasn't recognisable. Not sure why I'd feel shamed about it, but I kind of was. Or, I don't know, it's just a weird thing to do, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
Sorry, yeah, go.
well, I was just going to say, like, full work pants, got like,
Yeah.
a work shirt on, and I just got the backpack on and I just bolt to the car.
Well, I'd say that's where the kind of like semi-embarrassment comes from is that it's like kind of an out of context run. You're not at an athletic track.
But I
You're
guess
not in a place where you would normally be running.
I guess this whole lot of banter is boiling down to one question: why don't we run more places?
All right, I've got two things. I've
Okay.
got two things to say about that.
Yeah.
Because great. I mean, great point. I don't know if we've spoken about it on the podcast, but definitely either that or real life. We've talked about the scooters. In the exact same places where because basically where Scott used to work and where I work, parking is absolutely terrible.
It's a nightmare.
And you do see the
I
classic.
think for manager as well, he's got he's got a bit of a trek.
You'd have scooters in your area
I think
too.
it's about 1.4k.
Oh, so nearly
Yeah.
double ours.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's uphill on the way home, isn't it? You park
Yeah.
up top of a massive hill.
so
So yeah, but you see the guys on the scooters, and I think like for starters, you are in a suit and it looks a little bit silly, but I do get it because like you were saying, you're going a lot quicker on a scooter. I would say potentially let's just go 4 times faster than walking by riding a scooter. But the other thing I'll say is that Ree and I.
So
Yeah, sorry.
that first thing, you're basically saying there's better ways to go faster than to run.
Well, I'm just saying there's alternatives.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say better because I would say there's a certain amount of.
Shame.
I wasn't going to use the S word, but yeah, when you're riding a scooter as a grown adult, yeah,
No,
maybe.
Yeah, no, not for us though, guys. We're your mates. I feel like do what you want to do.
Especially
But
if you're scooting right now.
We're just saying in general, other people might judge. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. No, definitely
Not
us.
us.
Definitely
No, we're your
us.
mates. Do what you
We're your
want.
mates.
Be who you want to be.
Your mates don't judge. Yeah. So I'm just saying that's an alternative. And I mean, the skaters too, less shameful. Anyway, the other thing is that Ree and I were out to dinner the other nights, and we were in a regular restaurant, dumpling restaurant. And
No dumpling restaurant is regular, might I say.
well, you're not wrong because of what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
And that is that in this place, the whole time we were sitting down eating, the workers that were there, and just for a preface, this place looked a bit sketchy, but you know what? Dumpling, sometimes they just are sketchy. That's just how it goes. You got that vibe, which sometimes means they're good quality because they're not focused on the decor.
Yeah.
They're focused on the dumplings.
I mean, if you're in the middle of Chinatown and the decor's not up to par, you're still probably high chance of getting some top quality dumplings.
Yeah. So anyway, the workers there, not wearing any uniform. This place is a bit sketchy for starters. We're a bit worried. All night long, they're running past us. They're running out from the kitchen, straight past us out the door.
through the amongst the tables. You're talking?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
Wow.
straight through, within 1 meter of us, and I'm talking about a full sprint. And
Really?
and there's like 2 or 3 of them ran
wow.
out and back in at least once, if not more.
Yes.
And it's a sprint. And I'll tell you what, it made us very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because something about running in a professional environment, which is what your mate does, by the way, at the place you work. Beep that out, Lachlan. Dump it.
No, that's fine. I don't think it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're trying to stick with what we do. Those of you that
I
are more
totally
clever
missed
might have
it.
worked out where.
I
Doesn't matter.
fully didn't even hear it.
Doesn't matter. Hopefully that's
Perfect.
Hopefully
Good.
no one else did. But running in a professional environment definitely brings on a little bit of fear because it makes you think that they're running from something.
Or for a reason.
Yeah, like that you should follow suit because there's a rush to get somewhere.
Well, that could be a thing. Or it's like something tragic in their life. It could be another bad thing.
Yeah, so the fact that they are doing that action, just a simple action of a run, it made us think maybe the kitchen's on fire, maybe these guys are sick, like maybe the people working there are sick, they're going out for a sneaky vom. Like we honestly, and I still to this day don't know why.
Were they running back to the kitchen
Yep.
or only one way?
No, back and forth.
Yeah,
and I
right.
reckon total times.
I reckon I know why.
Why is that?
Efficiency.
No, and I'll also say like the first thing
they're
you might
jumping
think
on
is
my
like,
point.
they're doing deliveries. Well, I mean, you're probably right about the efficiency. They did not have dumplings in hand. They were just running. Like
Table
arms
orders.
being used, everything.
Coming to
They're
grab
running
your order.
out the door and
Armpits
back in.
sweating.
I feel like you should have stopped them and been like, mate, would you run with scissors? We're holding chopsticks. Imagine
Well-
coughing a chopstick down your throat.
You're right.
Oh,
You're not.
straight to
You are
the
not
eye.
wrong at all, manager.
Straight to
And
the pupil.
that's what I'll say is that it made us concerned. Genuinely, we were like, what is happening with this
Okay.
place?
No.
So that's just the pros and cons of running.
There are 2 reasons. I don't want to keep going with this topic. We've been on it for a while, but I will say that I feel like there's some reasons why people might not at the moment, but they're not really good enough of an excuse as why we shouldn't adopt just general running between places as part of our culture.
Sorry.
I mean, for me, I'm an easy perspirer.
Yes.
So I would
Sweat
sweat it up easy. But in situations where it didn't really matter, aka when I was going home from work, a fast jog to the car, no harm done.
Yeah.
And that's why I'd do it.
Well, I guess what we've done here is just we've painted the whole picture, and you've got your pros and cons. You can weigh them up. You can decide if it's worth saving that time. Regardless, I've got to say, Your Mate's podcast works under all conditions, including scooter. So get us in your ears regardless. But you can save that time by doing the run.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice. What do you got for us, J-Biz?
All right, I just wanted to bring something I saw on the news recently up and just basically get your thoughts on it, maybe expand on it. I feel like it's something that it's from Russia.
Okay.
And it's one of the few things I'll say from Russia that I reckon we should bring into Australia that we don't currently have.
AK-47s. Oh, no.
Nope, not those. It's a...
They could be anywhere.
That's true.
Not Russia related.
So this is the ticket machine to get on a subway train. Okay, now it doesn't have to be a subway train, but in this case it is. And you can pay your kind of $4.50, for Russian dollars 50, or...
Did you know? Yep. Continue on. I was going to say, do you know what that equates to in Australian?
No, and I also don't think that Russians use dollars.
It's not important.
Not important.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry.
Okay.
That is what I'm equating to Australian.
Okay.
$4.50 for your train, whatever, your train ticket to get somewhere, right?
Sorry. Yeah.
There's the ticket machines that take you cash. Classic. Use them. Boring. Or there's another machine that'll take 30 squats.
What?
So you go in front of it, stand back about 2 meters, and I think it has a camera on it.
Yeah.
And you do 30 squats, a bit of fitness. I mean, this all ties together really well really today.
It's amazing.
And that'll give you your ticket. Bit of fitness to earn your ticket.
Wow.
I'm on board.
So Russia is like promoting self-health.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's
Pump
just,
out 30 squats, get on the train.
Yeah.
You've earned it.
And I think, they're still offering the dollars, so no one's missing out. But if you're ready and able and you're keen to, or short of money, 30 squats, get them done. And it counts them in front of you. So I've seen there's a video, and you can look it up later, and anyone listening, you can look it up whenever you want. But I don't know what you'd Google, but I found it on the news, I think. And it's like a television screen, and I assume it has some kind of camera. And so you do your squat, full squat down, and as you come back up, it says 1 on the screen. And you squat down again, 2, 3. So I assume if you went too fast or if you cheated it, like it knows, it's pretty clear. You look good. And he was doing some good squats too. And I'd say that it wants you to get to a certain level of depth and then right back up.
That's awesome. So it's also coaching you through it.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Or it had like an image,
29 doesn't move from the 29 until you get in, squat it proper.
Yeah, so we're all on board for the kind of fitness for cash.
Oh.
So if that's the case, what else could we implement that into? And I wish I brought it for you to kick off, but I didn't. I mean, my mind initially goes to food, but the thing about that is that it kind of counteracts the fitness part potentially. Like if you're doing 30 squats for a Big Mac, are you really getting fit?
Yeah.
So
I see what you're saying.
I feel like it has to be more
a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's like, I mean, it's a win-win really. Public transport's always good. What about like a parking ticket? I reckon like instead of not like a parking ticket,
get your parking
to
rather
park for the day.
Yeah.
Instead of paying you $8.50.
Yeah, $8.70.
$8.70. It's jipped up 20 cents since my last.
Yeah, $8.70 here.
Wowzers. But instead of paying that, you could pay the government back by gaining some own personal health.
Yeah.
And going for maybe 15 star jumps.
Yep. Or
could get sweaty in the suit, but prepare for that.
I mean, otherwise bring your cash. But if you want to save that money and you don't want to complain about it, I reckon that's a great option. I love it, the parking ticket. Like and I think there's opportunity for other things, like squats are good. But like we were saying earlier, the running system, maybe at the other end of the car park, there's like one of those like Ninja Warrior style buzzers.
Oh, wow.
And it's like
couple of taps.
You run all the way to that and then back to the parking. And, if you did it in less than a minute, which is a fair, that's your ticket.
Or it's like you kind of do shuttles. So there's a button on the ticket, there's a button at the end, ticket meter.
What's a shuttle?
Well, you just like back and forth.
Oh,
so
right.
you got to hit the buzzer, run back, hit the next buzzer, hit the next one, hit the next one.
I like it because that proves you
10 shuttles.
It proves you did something.
Free parking for a week.
I
like it.
Australian government, if you're listening,
yeah,
that's a freebie for you.
Well, Russia, very well played. I like what you've done there. Now, can I just quickly revert back? Something you said earlier, like about Russia, taking things from Russia. I do have to say, like you said, that maybe one of the only things or one of the few things that we've brought from Russia, but I just want to say that in general, I think Russia is like, I don't know if it's just us Australians or the whole world, but I feel like we actually don't know too much about Russia.
It's true for me,
sometimes the media gives it a bad rap, different bits and pieces. I reckon we've got a lot more from Russia than we probably realise. Can't confirm that with knowledge.
Babushka dolls?
That is the thing. But I'm sure there's lots of stuff. But I will just say, did anyone know that, I mean, it was like real tragic with how many people died in World War II, I think it was. But recently my parents went over there for the the World Cup, Soccer World Cup. They went to a museum. It's real tragic about how many people from the Allies, which is like Australia, America, England, all that. It's like, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people died. But do you know over in Russia, it was something like 20 million
people died.
People died because of the war. And like, as an Australian fact, no one knows about it. I reckon. It's just like below the carpet. But I just wanted to say, like, Russia is like this country that we probably don't know enough about, or we just don't know too much about, really. I reckon, I don't know if it's us Australians in general. I don't know. But this sounds like a great idea from Russia. Maybe we need to... Maybe
if nothing else, this is the first thing. Let's just kick it off and bring that in first.
Maybe we need to find out a few more things that Russia has to offer.
Maybe this becomes a new segment.
Secret gem.
A new segment on the show.
What?
From Russia to Oz.
I like it. All our Russian listeners, we love you guys. Thanks for what you do. You're amazing.
Are you talking to the Russian listeners?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically.
Yep.
As well as our other listeners, you've been great. I think that's pretty much wrapping us up for today's podcast.
How are we for time, Manager? Yeah.
Beautiful.
I thought maybe we should just really quickly go over a couple of our Instagram responses.
Oh,
we do have a few minutes.
I love it.
Before we kind of get into the longer apps.
What do we got?
But I just thought, because we ask people all the time, Jack and Scott, Instagram @Jack and Scott.
Yeah.
Send us your message, and same goes for this one.
Yeah.
Send us a message. Any kind of feedback, we appreciate.
Which is at Jack and Scott on Instagram. Clean, simple. Find us there.
Yeah. So.
What do we got?
All right, that's one I'm going to leave for another episode.
Okay, good.
I should have kind of prepped this a little bit more.
That's all right. That's all right. But like you said, we do ask for feedback, and it sounds like listeners have given us some.
Yeah. So this is a throwback.
Okay.
This is from mate Dan.
Yeah.
He's our mate.
Yeah.
He has responded because I don't know if you remember, but a few episodes back we gave a lot of stick to the Kiwi bird.
Oh, yeah.
We gave a lot of stick to it.
Well, I was just saying I'm confused, and you'd be spewing if you were one.
I think the quote would be least lucky animal in the world.
Yes.
So that's what we were talking about. He's jumped back in and just said a couple of facts about the Kiwi bird, just to bring it back a little bit. And I still probably think it's not a redeeming enough, but he said the Kiwi bird, they are also called the ooh-ah bird, like the noise you would make if you saw it, because they have one of the biggest body to laid egg ratios.
Wow.
So just to quickly translate if you didn't understand, they lay an egg that is...
nearly as big as their body.
Maybe. I don't know, but it's one of the biggest.
I mean, a great feat... But still, maybe it's more painful. I don't know if that helps our cause of of the luck
No,
of being a
because
Kiwi.
I know, because that's what I was just thinking is like, that's a great fact, Dan, and thank you, because you are our mate.
That is true.
But just like, isn't it easier to have a smaller egg?
I think we kind of briefly touched on it in that podcast, but something that we probably overlooked a bit is that they are doing well to have the nation kind of known for them.
Well, that's
you
good.
know, like if you say, oh, like how good are the Kiwis going in the Olympics? Everyone knows that's the New Zealanders.
New Zealand team. That's true, and that is good.
So that's good. They've got their name out there. I just am a little confused as to why.
Yeah, and we'll leave that there, I guess. But we did present the feedback back. I should also just say another friend of ours, Loz. I'll just quickly present this photo that she sent us. It's a kiwi bird that's chopped up, and in the inside looks like a kiwi fruit.
That's what kiwi fruits are, is it?
Yeah, that's how they do it. Anyway, that's something else you
maybe
Google,
maybe we need to post that on our Instagram just so people.
I'm going to say that we shouldn't, because I think we're going to get shut down. We've got one photo on there, I think, and I think that if that's the second one we put up, you guys can Google it.
Very cool.
Anyway, that's the Your Mates podcast.
We appreciate you guys.
Like we said, get on Instagram at Jack and Scott. 3 words, no spaces, and let us know any kind of feedback. We love it. Even topic ideas, whatever. We've actually had a fair few come back, but I might, in the next episode, we might talk about one that someone else brought up and actually talk about it as a topic.
Sounds great.
So thanks everyone for listening.
We'll be back soon.